policies are always more important than personalities, or at least they should be, and that's the approach that we take. So our approach has always been that you focus on securing the kind of policies that are going to make the biggest difference to people's lives. But yeah, I'm not going to pretend that there is a kind of a sufficient degree of mutual belief between ourselves and Kate. And I was the one who spoke on behalf of the Greens in the debate on her appointment as Deputy First Minister. And what I said was both deeply personal and a reflection of our party's position on this. I do not think it's appropriate for the Deputy First Minister of this country to believe that I should have fewer rights than her because I am a queer man. Now, I don't want us to dive right back into a debate that was well trodden this time last year, but that position remains unchanged for the Greens. And it's not just about LGBT rights or social issues as well. I think Kate would recognise she's in a very different position from us on some of the kind of core economic issues, the core economic questions that the Scottish Government needs to deal with. Kate was in government when we started the Butte House Agreement. That was at the point where we collectively came together to draft the National Economic Strategy, the National Strategy for Economic Transformation. To be honest, that document isn't strategic or transformative, but it was where some of the biggest disagreements early on within the government were, because Kate wanted something quite different to what the Greens want. On an issue-by-issue basis, you can still transactionally come to agreement, though. So despite our big differences on LGBT rights, economics, etc., Kate and I have just worked closely together to make sure that the Scottish Languages Bill passes through Parliament, because supporting Gaelic and Scots is an area where we disagree and where there's no significant, an area where we agree and where there's no significant disagreement. Working together on an individual bill that is not particularly controversial, though, is very, very different to being able to set a shared governing agenda. And yeah, on that, there's a significant difference. But again, for us, what is far more important is the kind of policies that we would be able to agree on and deliver, not the personalities of the individuals